Dominick Reyes versus Jiri Prochazka. What an exciting matchup in the light heavyweight division. Amazing matchmaking by the UFC here. Even though Reyes is on a 2-fight losing streak, I still believe he is a contender, and a couple of wins could put him right back into title contention. This right here would be a good way to start. Jiri Prochazka is going to be a very difficult fight for Dominick Reyes. He's a very hot prospect, or at this point a hot contender. The former Ryzen light heavyweight champion is a very creative striker with a very unorthodox and herky-jerky type style. Now, he brings 24 wins by knockout, also does have a Muay Thai background. He's a very high-level striker, and he does land ferocious power in his fights. He gets knockout wins, but let's talk about something. He gets hit a lot. 7 punches per minute is his UFC stat. Granted, that was against Volkan Oezdemir, but you see the style that he fights in is actually pretty typical for him. In your face, hands low, hittable at times. He wants to bait you in and throw his own counter strikes and land big shots of his own. He plays the mind games, and he does have a lot of output as well. I mean, he's aggressive. This right here is probably going to be an excellent fight. I could almost guarantee it does not go the distance. I really don't believe it does. I think this is going to be an action-packed striking war here between these two. Dominick Reyes has a factor. He's a southpaw. He does have very good footwork, and that straight left hand has some serious pop. Also has some pretty decent leg kicks. I will note, the wrestling game of Reyes is definitely solid as well, and I wouldn't be shocked if he decides to mix in some grappling here against Jiri Prochazka. Being the underdog is Dominick Reyes, the guy who gave John Jones his most difficult test. Let's check if those are the accurate odds. He's around a plus 120 on Tapology. You can find him around that range. He's definitely gotten a little bit closer in the numbers, plus 113 on Sportsbet. He's around the plus 110 to minus 130. Jiri Prochazka, the slight favorite in this fight. I actually like Dominick Reyes, the dog here. I think that if he fights at that level that he did against John Jones, if we can see that Dominick Reyes again, I really do believe he can beat Jiri Prochazka. If he does go out and look a bit flat-footed, look a bit slower, and just be too slow to the punch. I mean, if you look at that Jan Blachowicz fight, really didn't have enough output and got completely shut down. If he lets Jiri Prochazka overwhelm him, he could be in serious trouble here against Prochazka, a knockout artist. I mean, with Reyes coming off of a knockout loss, there's definitely potential we could see Prochazka get the knockout, but I feel that Dominick Reyes will show on point, on game, and Jiri Prochazka is just a very hittable fighter, does have a knockout loss to King Mo, granted many years ago, and he did win the rematch against King Mo, but Mo did good moments in that fight, especially the first one to show. I mean, this kid, I believe you need to get him in the clinch, get him to the ground a bit. I think Dominick Reyes should employ a bit of a grappling game just to have Prochazka worried about more than just the striking. I mean, he shines excellently as far as striking goes. So if they go to the mat a bit more, have him worried about the takedowns, I do think more strikes will open up. I think if anybody will do it, Dominick Reyes is the guy. I'm picking him to win this fight. I do believe he'll get the knockout victory. Looking at the odds as far as prop bets do go, the over 1.5 is sitting at a minus 145, over 2.5 plus 110, over 3.5 plus 162. Does this fight go the distance? I do not believe it does. I think this fight is probably 3 rounds or less here, and I think it's going to be an action-packed 3 rounds. But as I said, I do think Reyes potentially mixes in some grappling. Reyes, the plus 250 to get the knockout. Not a terrible prop bet. It's definitely some value and potential there. Let's see if we can get Reyes just winning inside the distance. Reyes inside the distance, plus 200. Prochazka in the distance, plus 110. I think no matter what, the winner of this fight, more than likely, is going to be inside the distance. The fight doesn't go to the decision. You see how widespread that is. That's minus 395, ranging around there. It's because Prochazka is not a guy that normally goes the distance. Reyes definitely has. But in a fight like this, he's going to be forced to fight. I do believe Reyes is going to shine, and he's going to show up here. I think Reyes has the striking ability, the counter-striking, the speed to give Prochazka some issues, especially the way Prochazka tends to fight, hands down, baiting his opponent in. I think Dominick Reyes is high enough level to catch him with something to note, and I do believe he gets the knockout over Jiri Prochazka. Should be an excellent main event. Cannot wait to see it. May the best man win. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and I will see you all in the next one.